So, first of all, the reason why my microphone sounds so incredibly terrible is because I forgot my actual microphone at home. So, I am just using the one that is currently attached to my computer. It's bad, but it's still not as bad as my headphone mic, luckily. Anyway, that's besides the point. I know that my upload schedule has been pretty shoddy since, how do I say, October or November last year, but lately it's been especially bad. Because the last actual video I uploaded was over a month ago. Actually, almost exactly 1 month ago, a month and a day. Besides that April Fool's one, which you obviously wouldn't count because that one was just bullshit. Yeah, don't ask me why I found that funny, but I found it funny enough to upload on here. I apologize for anyone who witnessed that. Anyway, what I mainly wanted to talk about was the fact that, well, as the title says, it's hard to fucking make videos like this when things are actually going well. And yeah, I definitely prefer it this way, where things are actually happening and my life isn't really, really boring. But yeah, the truth is, it is hard to make this kind of content because what I would like to believe in how a lot of people have described my content is like it's similar to the other Minecraft commentary channels of this style, but where those ones sort of tackle an issue that everyone has, and then it has sort of an enlightened perspective, like, this is what you should do, this is the best way to solve it. I think my channel is more of a specific, less broad issue that I'm having at that current time, and then me complaining about it and asking if anybody has something similar. In which case, usually yes, somebody has a similar issue, or somebody has a similar perspective, or a differing perspective on the same, somewhat specific issue. And I think that's kind of what my channel is built on. It's like the kind of stuff that, first of all, I'm scared to say to people in real life, and also the kind of stuff that other people who watch my channel are also scared to say to people in real life but relate to. But as for now, the stuff that I complain about hasn't really applied so much since that last video was made. I have an actual social life now. Before, as I've talked about in a bunch of previous videos, I was about ready to just leave my school and go back home. Because the way that I saw it was, it seems like majority of people here are not happy, which I still stand by. And I figured, why not just be home, be near family? But over the last month or two, I have actually had a social life. I made a group of friends, and even though I hadn't talked about it, hey, tomorrow is my 1 month anniversary with my girlfriend. Not the one I talked about before, thank God. Thank God that's over. But yeah, I've gone a month without uploading. And tomorrow would be the 1 month of that, and that's not necessarily the reason why I stopped uploading. But it is part of the more broad idea of I have less shit to complain about now. Trying to think of what else. In terms of actually schoolwork, I was failing all of my classes before. When I uploaded my last video, I was failing every class. And now I'm passing them. I'm not passing them with flying colors or anything, mainly because I was already behind, but I'm not failing anymore. This channel is built on me being dysfunctional and me being different than most people, which, you know, it's true, but like I said, I have less to complain about now. It's just crazy that I guess the time did come for me to fix my issues. At least somewhat. At least for now. I know that things probably won't stay good forever, but I kind of always just assumed that what would happen was the problems that I had, I would just have forever, but the workaround would be having skills and becoming good in other ways. Which, that shit is just pure cope, but it's also true in the sense that I think that's what a lot of people do. Like, you know, somebody can't really... how do I say this? Like, if somebody has a bad social life, then they're like, oh, I'm just gonna hit the gym and I'm just gonna get a good job and make a lot of money, and then I won't care about that. And while as I've said previously, I don't think that that's the solution. I think people who just say, oh, you gotta hit the gym and you gotta make money and then you'll forget about all that other stuff, that's pure just fucking stupidity. Really, as I've said before, I think you should just accept things that are happening, try to improve, try to do whatever. I'm trying to think of which video I said that in. I know that it was recent. But I kind of just had a negative perspective where even though I, in a way, look down on people who just say, like, oh, if you hit the gym, you'll forget about all your other problems, bro. Just do that. Even though I sort of look down on that kind of mindset, I thought that was just what was going to happen to me anyway. Because, truthfully, my channel has taken a pessimistic view overall. Like, in that really old video where I was saying that I was scared of becoming a certain kind of person who just works a shitty job, and then after they're done with their shift, they just go home, get high, drink all day while complaining online. I said that I was horrified of becoming that kind of person, and then I also kind of said that I was pretty sure that was just what was going to happen to me. It was the same with this. I thought that I was just doomed to sort of have a shit social life in real life, but I would continue to have a decent one online, and then I would just continue living my life and trying to ignore that. And while that could, once again, things could go wrong again, that's not what I care about. What I care about is just that I've experienced it once. That was all I had ever cared about. That was all that the problem was. Is the fact that it was like, oh, I never had a decent romantic relationship, or I never had a group of friends in real life who were, actually just assholes in disguise. That was the problem. The problem was just that I had never experienced that before, and that was why I felt incomplete as a person. Because it's like, people my age usually have experienced these things multiple times, tens of times, hundreds of times, and I had never, ever experienced that. That's no longer the case. And I'm going to reiterate this, because I said this before. This is probably bad advice, but I also don't like to lie on here. When people complain about a lack of a romantic life, or when people complain about how they've never been in a relationship, or never had a girlfriend, or had first kiss, or lost their virginity, or any of that type of stuff, a lot of people will try to say, oh, I've experienced that. It's actually better not to. It's less complicated that way. And, oh, once you actually do that, then you won't, then you'll realize that it never mattered in the first place. When people say that, that is kind of bullshit. I said that after the video talking about my first relationship. Like, it is a million times better, or you will feel better after being in a bad relationship, or even abusive, like that one sort of was, versus never ever being in one. That's just the truth, if you're like how I am. Maybe for some people it's true that after you experience these things that you are sad that you've never experienced when other people have. Maybe it's true for some people that then you'll think, oh, okay, it wasn't actually a big thing. But for me, and I guess for people like me, when people say that, that isn't actually true. It's just, I think, what people say to try to, I guess, in a way, cheer someone up. But I'm saying that it's not true. Okay, and your feelings are valid. Your feelings of missing out are completely valid. And yes, it does suck. And yes, I was there for a really long time. And yes, it is better now. I guess what I have to say about that is just keep going and doing things that you enjoy doing. And yes, I know that that feels like complete shit. Once again, 19 years old here, and 19 years of that. Not as long as some people. I know people who are well into their 30s without ever being in a relationship or having a good social life or even having friends or whatever, and that's bad. Okay, once again, that I understand that would feel terrible. And only being 19, even though that's later than most people, that is nowhere near being that old. But still, I would say just keep going, just keep getting through the day, and you will probably get lucky at some point. That's what happened to me with meeting this group of friends. It was like someone I had met at the very beginning of the school year and didn't talk to very often. We randomly encountered each other this semester, and then that's how I met a bunch of other friends and my girlfriend, was through that. It was very, very random chance of happening, and it happened at a time where I was just like, nothing ever happens. And then it just happened randomly. And that could happen to anyone, really. I'm not saying that it will, but I'm just saying, why not just keep doing whatever you want to do, and then just waiting? Why not? But I will say, I do still hate schoolwork. I still would way rather do some weird shit that doesn't actually require a degree. I would still rather be a musician or a YouTuber than have a normal career. I don't think that's ever going to change. I, of course, have also accepted, just like I had so many times before, that that's unlikely to happen. And career-wise, I'm still being negative, I know. But career-wise, I'm probably going to do something that I don't really like, and then whatever enjoyment I have in life is just going to come from when I'm not working. That's never, unless I actually become successful in something that I do enjoy doing, I will not believe otherwise. Until I see it happen, I will not believe otherwise. It's always been that way, it always will be that way. It's unfortunate, but that's just the truth. That is one thing that I don't think will improve for me. Unless I become successful in something that I enjoy doing, I don't believe that I will become successful in something that I enjoy doing. It's unfortunate, it's the way that I am. I'm sure others can relate. I don't know. Speaking of being a musician, I'm still writing my music. I don't think anybody really listens to it. I don't think anyone who watches my channel here really listens to it. This is my biggest platform. Just to clarify, I have a lot of channels. I have 3 channels. I have the music channel, and I also have a secret channel, so I have 5 total. I guess I have 7 total, because I also have my 2 really old ones from 2015. But this is by far my biggest platform with almost 500 subscribers, which, by the way, my subscriber count has been stagnant since I had stopped uploading frequently, which I kind of deserved. I was being lazy, and I think I got what was coming to me. I'm sorry that this video has been so long and such a rant. I have tried to record since my last video. But the thing is, like I had said, not only is it hard to record, not only is it hard to come up with ideas to record when things are going well or going smoothly, it's also hard to do the recording itself. If you watch my videos, a lot of them, I record when I am deeply pissed off, or annoyed, or happy, or sad. And that's kind of my process. When I'm just neutral, it's harder to record. And while I'm overall happier than I was when recording most of my videos, that has become the sort of default feeling for me, if that makes sense. It's not like I'm in a particularly good or bad mood most of the time. I'm just in a neutral mood, but that neutral mood is better than what my old neutral mood was. And because now I actually feel like the words are coming out when recording, that's why this video is dragging on for so long. If you made it this far, comment pineapple, because I'm hoping that there's somebody out there who still misses my videos, and still, when they see me upload, they watch the whole thing because they actually enjoy it. So yeah, whoever you are who's still watching, comment pineapple. I don't know how much more I'm going to ramble. This might be about the end of the video. Yeah, it really might be. I'm trying to think of what else I had missed. Oh yeah, I guess more about the music stuff. I'm going to be releasing an album, sort of probably in the summer, hopefully. It's mostly written. A little bit's recorded, but I need my electric guitar, which I'm not going to bring to my dorm room. Which is funny because there's somebody in my dorm building on a different floor who plays their electric guitar really loudly, and people constantly complain about it. So that's not going to be me. I already question if people can hear me recording. But yeah, that'll be out in the summer. I'm trying to still catch up with my classes and not fail and get kicked out of the school, hopefully. And I don't know. I'm trying to find more things that I enjoy, I guess. But yeah, that's it.